Welcome to the beginning, my first podcast. Today's topic, the beginning. Shaolin. I think I'll start with the question, what is Shaolin? Well, Shaolin can be many things. A lot of people know Shaolin only for the martial arts and the stuff that they see in kung fu movies and in Hollywood. Some people have seen the videos circulating of the seemingly impossible feats that the Shaolin monks demonstrate in China. For me, it's not about the skill, it's not about the power, it's not about the martial arts, it's about the medicine of Shaolin. What is the medicine? The medicine, for me, is the breathing, the healthy exercise, the meditation, the philosophy. People who don't understand Shaolin think that Shaolin is a religion, but Shaolin can be incorporated into anybody's life and lifestyle and beliefs. Shaolin is really just about being simple, living simply and peacefully and healthy with your mind and also your body. In order to be healthy in the mind and body, we must do a few simple things. We need to understand ourselves, and we need to understand how to eat healthy, how to drink healthy. And how to stay active in a healthy way. What is a healthy activity? In one way, any activity is healthy. Going to the gym, exercising, running, aerobics, yoga, all of these things. But all of these things are for the external, to build muscle, to look better, to have more endurance and strength. But we also need to do something that develops our health internally. And how do we do this? There's many ways to do this. There's many different styles of internal exercise and different approaches, but the common denominator of all of them is breathing. Learning to breathe healthy in the correct way. Making sure that your body stays balanced and energized and that your circulation is good. And it's very simple. You don't have to torture your body. You don't have to do complicated exercise or high intensity aerobics or anything like that. Just a few minutes of simple breathing every day can make a dramatic difference in your life. And it just takes a little bit of patience. The progress can seem slow, and in some ways it is slow, but if you have the patience, it doesn't really take too long. We don't see it, but a lot of things are happening inside of our body. Just from one simple breath, so much is happening with our anatomy. With the way our lungs expand and contract, the way our heart circulates the oxygen through our bloodstream, and the way that kills the bacteria in our blood. You know, the way our organs filter out all the toxins from the poor air and the processed foods, and special water, as the master of Shaolin Temple, Los Angeles, refers to it. What is special water? Special water is anything that we drink with color and flavor beyond simple, clear drinking water. Alcohol especially. Alcohol is special water. So, our body has a very, very specific way of filtering all of these things out and making sure that we stay balanced with all of this messy stuff in our environment, and us bringing it into our body through what we eat and the air that we breathe and the stuff that we ingest. So even one simple breath can make a huge difference. Now imagine taking multiple simple breaths, good simple breaths every day, only breathing. You don't even need to do a lot of running or physical exercise. Of course, the further you develop, the further you want to increase your practice and the more consistent you want to be. But you know, it's very, very, very simple. If we all just incorporated a little bit of breathing every single day into our lifestyle, into our daily routine, just like the way we brush our teeth and take a shower and eat breakfast, use the restroom, incorporating breathing into all of those things can change things so much. You start to become more aware of what's happening around you, but also within you, and you start to understand yourself more, and you start to have more patience with yourself and more stillness inside, which kind of gives you the opportunity to know what needs to be done in order for you to feel good and enjoy the day, and also can give you the energy and mental clarity to do those things. And you know, that's our main focus here at Shaolin Temple, is the medicine, is the breathing. Not the martial arts, not fighting, not even the acrobatics or the beautiful performances that we display. It's the breathing. The breathing is most important. Of course, in order to really understand the breathing, the philosophy is also important. The philosophy does go hand in hand, but fighting is not necessary. Of course, you want to learn to protect yourself, which we can learn here at Shaolin Temple, but we are non-competitive. We don't go to competitions. We don't go to sparring or anything like that. Our biggest competition is with ourselves, day to day, and learning how to be better than we were yesterday. How do we learn to be better than we were yesterday? First, it's seeing ourselves in the moment, seeing who we are, seeing our actions, seeing our behavior, and figuring out what needs to be changed. The more complicated our lives are, the more difficult it can be to make those changes, and or even to just see what changes need to be made. So the first step, I think, is to start simple and live simply. How do you live simply? Don't stress too much about things that are out of your control. Focus on the main things that you need to stay alive, to survive. You know, you need food, you need water, you need shelter, you need a way to support yourself. If you start to notice the details throughout those simple things more, you can start to see where the imbalances are and how to change them. Through stage one is probably the way to do this best, the beginning. The beginning stage, stage one of Shaolin training, is learning to see, to listen, and to feel. Yes, we learn to see outside, we learn to listen outside, we learn to feel outside, but it's more important first to learn to see within yourself, listen within yourself, and feel within yourself, to know that everything is okay. And learning to do this makes it easier to see outside and to listen outside and to feel outside. This is the foundation of human experience. It is the beginning. We all experience life through our senses, and developing your senses is a simple way that can dramatically change the way you experience life and deepen your experience of life and enhance the quality of your life. So that's what we learn here. First we learn stage one. We learn to see, listen, and feel. And through that, that can take many, many years. Is there even an end to stage one? I don't really know, but I don't think it's very important what you see or what you hear or what you feel, but the development of your seeing, the development of your hearing, the development of your feeling, and so on and so forth. The only way to really, really make progress is step by step, from the beginning to the end, if there is an end. But regardless of a beginning or end, you always have to move forward. You can look left, you can look right, you can look up, you can look down, you can look behind you, but you always have to keep moving forward. If you sit in one place for too long, you start to think too much, your energy becomes stagnant, you become impatient with yourself and with other people, and can be depressed or anxious. Basically your mind is everywhere but here, and when that happens, you need to learn to bring yourself back to the present moment. And when you learn to bring yourself back and see what's in front of you now, then you can have a better idea of what lies ahead, instead of worrying blindly and thinking about things that may or may not benefit you. We all need help in our own way. Some of us can accept that we need help. A lot of people don't, but we all need help in one way or another. Some of us accept it, and some of us even seek the help, but most of us either don't find the help that we need or don't accept the help that we're given. The beauty about Shaolin is that you learn to help yourself. You learn to not depend on anybody else or look to external sources for change and for assistance. Of course, it's always good to have guidance, but when you learn to depend on yourself and help yourself, you really learn a lot about who you are. And for me, I realized when I started to help myself that I really didn't know much about myself at all before I started helping myself. And once I started to understand more about who I was able to help myself more and more and more. And I do still have a lot of work to do. I still have a lot of self-help to do. And it can be hard sometimes, but you have to take it one day at a time, and sometimes don't look left, don't look right, don't look back, don't look up or down. Only keep your eye on the target. And once in a while, it's important that you look back to see how far you've come. But if you look back too much, too frequently, then it can seem like you're not going anywhere.